All right, welcome. Today, we're going to jump into one of the coolest parts of algebra, and that's solving systems of equations by graphing. We're literally going to turn numbers and letters into a picture that tells a story. So let's get right to it. So let's start with a big question. When you see a math problem that asks you to solve two equations at the same time, what are they really asking? What does that even mean? It might sound kind of complicated, but trust me, the answer is surprisingly simple. And honestly, it's pretty elegant. And here it is. This visual just nails it. Think of each equation as its own separate path. Solving the system just means finding that one exact spot, that single coordinate where those two paths cross. So our job today, we're going to become expert map makers and find that one single meeting point. Okay, so before we actually start graphing, let's just make sure we're all speaking the same language. There are two key terms that are the foundation for, well, everything else we're about to do. First up, a system of equations. Don't let the formal name fool you. All this means is you have a team, two or more equations that are linked together because they share the same variables. You know, our good old friends x and y. And the solution? Well, that's like the magic key that hits every single lock in the system. It's the one specific ordered pair, that one xy value, that makes both equations true. It's the one point they have in common. And this is the crucial link right here. That abstract idea of an algebraic solution has a perfect visual match. It is, quite literally, the point where the lines cross on the graph. That point of intersection is the solution. That's the treasure we're looking for. All right, let's start with the most common scenario, the one you're going to see all the time. I like to call it the x because, well, that's exactly what our two lines are going to form on the graph. So here's our first system. We've got two different paths. The first is y equals negative 2x minus 3, and the second is y equals 2x plus 5. Our mission is to draw both of these journeys and see exactly where they meet. Okay, first things first. Let's get that first line on the grid. This is the path for y equals negative 2x minus 3. It's got a starting point, right? That's its y-intercept. And it's got a clear direction. That's its slope. And now let's draw this second path for y equals 2x plus 5. Right on that same graph. You can already see them. They're heading toward each other, like they're on a collision course. And there it is. X marks the spot. The two paths cross at exactly one point, negative 2, 1. That is our solution. It is the only point in the entire universe that exists on both of these lines. But, you know, what happens if the paths are designed to never cross? That brings us to our second case, the case of the parallel paths. This picture tells the whole story, doesn't it? These lines are like a set of perfectly parallel train tracks. They have the exact same slope, so they have the same steepness, but they start at different places, so they have different y-intercepts. And because they're heading in the same direction at the same angle, they will never, ever, ever intersect. And the conclusion here is really simple, but it's super powerful. If the lines never cross, there is no common point. And if there's no common point, there is no solution to the system. It is as simple as that. Okay, for our final case, we've got the biggest surprise of all. What if the two equations are actually just one line, wearing a really clever disguise? Look closely at this. We start with two equations that look totally different. But with just a little bit of algebra, if you rearrange that first equation to solve for y, you discover its secret identity. Whoa. It's the exact same line as the second equation. So if our two equations are really just the same line drawn right on top of itself, how many points do they share? Well, they share all of them. Every single point on the line is a solution, which means there are an infinite number of solutions. So let's put these two special cases side by side, because the difference is subtle, but it's absolutely critical. For no solution, you've got the same slope, but a different y-intercept. For infinite solutions, you've got the same slope and the same y-intercept. See, it all comes down to that starting point. So we've explored all the possibilities. Let's pull it all together into one final summary. When you graph a system of two linear equations, it turns out only one of three things can ever happen. This right here is your ultimate cheat sheet. One solution, you're going to have intersecting lines with different slopes. No solution, you've got parallel lines. Same slope, different y-intercepts. And infinite solutions? Well, that's just the same line in disguise, with the same slope and the same y-intercept. And this is the real power move. By just looking at the slopes and y-intercepts in the equations themselves, you get this kind of mathematical superpower. You can predict the outcome, one, none, or infinite solutions before you even pick up your pencil to graph anything. So I'll leave you with this thought. We've seen how lines can tell a story on a graph. So, what kind of real-world story could be told by two lines crossing at one single point? Maybe it's the break-even point where a company's costs and revenue are finally equal. Or maybe it's where two runners meet in a race. The math, that's just the beginning of the story.